Hi, I'm Clay Lehman with Resolute Property Management, and today we are going to discuss the anatomy of a Craigslist scam. Recently, one of our clients sent us a new property to manage. When we performed our initial walkthrough, we were surprised to find the property had already been leased. Upon reviewing the lease, it was quickly apparent that the person occupying the home had fallen victim to a Craigslist scam. In this video series, we are going to walk through the topic of online rental scams. This video will discuss the anatomy or makeup of a classic online rental scam. Our next video will discuss how to protect yourself from Craigslist or online rental scams. And finally, our last video will go over what steps to take if you find that you've been the victim of an online scam. So it's a tale as old as time. For every legitimate business out there, there is someone making money on it illegally. Rental properties are no different. For years, fraudulent parties have been hijacking legitimate rentals and scamming unknowing prospective tenants out of their money. Today we'll discuss how these scams work. So first, the scammer finds your listing online. Zillow, Realtor.com, Apartments.com, online classified ads have made it so easy for us to advertise our properties for rent. But it's become a fertile breeding ground for these scammers to find their victims. So they take your listing, pull the pictures, modify the description, and then put their contact information on the listing. And they'll go so far as to research who the owner is and create a fake email address that looks legitimate to a prospective tenant. But the key to their success is offering the property for a rent well below the market rent. So in the example we provided, the property our client had referred to us, we would have rented for $1,700 a month. The scammer put it out there at $1,200 a month. But you'll see it much more deeply discounted. There's cases where it's been thousands of dollars below market rent, and the scammer explains to the prospective tenant that they've had good fortune that they want to pass along or something of that nature. So typically the next step in these scams is that the prospective tenant asks to see the home. Typically the response that they're going to receive from the scammer is that they are unavailable to show the property to the prospective tenant. They're traveling for work, they're traveling for medical procedure, there's always some excuse. In many cases, they will get the lockbox code to the property. In our video series discussing how to protect yourself from these scams, we'll touch more on that. But they will either provide access to the tenant, and the tenant will then see the home, or in many cases, the tenant never sees the home, but it's such a good deal that they move forward. Once the prospective tenant has decided that they will move forward, this is where the scammer makes their money. The scammer will provide either wire instructions or ask for the prospective tenant to send their funds via a cash app. So you would be shocked at the number of people that will send their money to a perfect stranger with no legitimate tie to the property. In the case of our client's property, the young lady was scammed out of $3,600. Typically, these are folks that do not have that kind of money to lose. Now that the scammer has gotten the money, sometimes they disappear, but often they have already released keys to the prospective tenant. The prospective tenant moves in and establishes tenancy in the property. This is the anatomy of your typical online scam. There are certainly variations that where it may not follow exactly, but this gives you a good idea of how these scams typically work. As mentioned previously, our next videos will cover how to protect yourself from an online scam, and then finally what to do if you find that you are the victim of the scam. I hope that you have found this video educational or interesting or both, If you would like to see more of our videos, please subscribe by hitting the little button below. Again, I'm Clay Lehman with Resolute Property Management. Thank you so much for watching this video.